This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Hoot hoot, it's Harry Potter and the Boys Outpost Edition! Hello, Amores, everyone. Welcome to another Outpost edition of Harry Potter and the Boys, where we read owls that you have sent in. And by owls, I mean messages and emails and Insta DMs and etc. Get in touch with this show anytime. radiomikepod@gmail.com or Instagram radio.mike. Or the HPATB pod Instagram page as well. Plenty of ways to get in touch with this show, and we love to hear from you on this show. Of course, if you like this show and really want to support it, you can jump on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys, to get full video versions of every episode, the only place you can get full video versions of this podcast, and also just, support the show monetarily, because that's how we keep the show alive. So please consider donating there. Haven't done an owl post for a while, so I thought it was... I did one 2 weeks ago. I try to do them every 2 weeks or so. And just collating everything that you guys have sent in. And I also have one important thing to talk about a little bit later. But let's start with, some of the owls that you guys have sent in. It has been a super busy week for me and Sam. Busy few weeks, actually. So Sam has been, that's why Sam's taken a week off, but he is back on Tuesday for the next chapter of the book. But I don't know who this is because I screenshotted your message but forgot to screenshot your name, so apologise. But Al came in over on Instagram from this person. Apologies again. Hello, Hamora Mike. I just have a funny moment to share that happens over Christmas. We were all talking about exciting things that happened over the year, and mine was that you read my name out on your owl post, and I played that bit for everyone. That's cool. So you've been on owl post before. It was very cool, but then I had to try and explain what the podcast is about, trying to hopscotch around all the sex lessons and ghost blowies. Loving the pod. Hopefully you bring a live show to Sydney. Yeah, hopefully we can make it happen. Thank you so much for writing in. Now... actually got a voice message in from, I believe, Adam Aitken, who put in his prediction for what he thought the big twist was going to be. Now, of course, if you're up to date, you probably already know what the big twist is, but I thought I'd play his message anyway.
Hello, Radio Mike. As I eat my Cheetos, the snack of the people from Harry Potter and the Boys podcast. Just finishing off the favourite snack. Just doing a wild prediction for the big twist. And I think that Jim Wilkins is going to totally flip on Mr. Charger, even though Mr. Charger is in on the big twist, and say he's actually working against him and going to pull the Swift on him, and he's a double agent. And, something like that's going to happen. Crazy. What the flip?
Love that you're eating Cheetos there. And unfortunately, as we now know, you are wrong. But cool, man. Thanks for sending it in. More voice messages, please. I love voice messages like that. Thank you for being brave and voice messaging. Sending a voice owl, or as we like to call them, a howler, to the show. Send in your howlers. Just record a voicemail on Instagram and I can cut it into the show, or you can just record a voicemail and attach it to an email. But he also wrote an email owl, a normal owl. Hi Mike, just an hour to let you know my prediction of the big twist. This is how I imagine it being written in the fanfic. Please take a listen and see if I was anyway correct with my prediction. You weren't. On a side note, I paused the fan fiction to make a prediction and didn't unpause it yet and still haven't heard if I'm right. It's been a hectic day. Gonna wait until tomorrow to hear it. # treat yourself. After all this build-up of, the entire flippin' book, it better be worth it. The narrator has been teasing it for ages. Feels like we've defeated a 3-headed dog, a were-basilisk, some giant spiders, a Hungarian hordtail, and maybe even Voldemort in that time. It's been a hot minute. Anyway, looking forward to the big twist. Bring on book 3. I can't wait. P.S. Dimmy is my favourite character, and I think you do a great read of him. You sound heaps like Cartman. PPS, any spoilers for book 3's title? I don't want to give any spoilers away, guys, but then PPSS, what's your favourite storyline / arc of the Harry Potter franchise? Diddle-dee-dee, Cusbro. My favourite storyline and arc of the franchise, I mean, I think it just has to be the tragedy of Snape. And I think that is one of the most engaging stories of the entire franchise. And I don't think that, like, a lot of people are like, well, it doesn't redeem Snape, and I don't think it redeems Snape, but I just think the twist, that big twist that he was in love with Harry's mother and that's why he protected Harry is, I don't know, I just thought that was so well written, so unexpected. I remember being a kid and reading that chapter and being like, whoa, what? That's fucked. And, yeah, I just really like everything around Snape, the Marauders, and, like, the whole backstory. Because there's lots of, like, stuff that happened in the past that you find out, whether it's Dumbledore in Grindelwald, Dumbledore meeting Voldemort or Tom Riddle for the first time, the Marauders stuff, Peter Pettigrew, all of that stuff. I think there's so many great reveals involved in the past. Thank you again. Al came in from Katia Fenton. Thank you very much. She said, and I think this is... Yeah, okay, I'll explain it. When my boyfriend heard me listening to the pod and heard about the Pokemon rant about the unknown Pokemon, which was in a recent chapter, he went into a 20-minute rant about him playing Pokemon Silver version. Also, as a Sydney sider, I can confirm that Sydney sucks, too expensive and too much effort to get anywhere. And that is true. Sydney does suck. That is the official stance of our show. I sent an email to Christina Khan, who is the host of the American podcast, The Restricted Section, which reads through all of the Harry Potter books, because I recently was a guest on the show, and I think that'll be coming out probably in a few weeks' time. And I said, hey, what do you think of Harry Potter and the Boys as an American? Do you think there are too many Australian references? Just thought I'd share her thoughts. Hi, Mike. Always happy to share my thoughts. The show feels Australian to me in that A, Americans can't help but be delighted by the accent, and B, I truly feel that y'all being Australians, have a unique way with words that makes everything a bit funnier. I can't think of specific examples, but the phrasing you and particularly Sam choose, which feels Australian to me, can make things even funnier. It's a mild go-with-the-flow energy that is really funny in juxtaposition with the bananas shit that can go down in HPATB. I don't remember hearing a ton of Australian references besides like Hamish and Andy, which you've explained perfectly well enough for listeners to understand. So the fact that I don't remember hearing a bunch of Australian references means that either you don't do as many of them as you think you do, or they're super unobtrusive and therefore not a problem. Hope this helps. So that was just interesting feedback. I love getting ours from all over the world. This one comes from Inez. And Inez sends an owl via the Instagram owlery, saying, hi, Mike. I wanted to message you and tell you how much I love your Harry Potter and the Boys podcast. It makes me laugh out loud all the time, and it's constantly making my day. I've been listening since Christmas and have almost caught up to the last episode. I am listening from snowy Norway. Love any Norwegian listeners. Write in. Become friends with Inez. When I was 12, me and 6 of my friends made our own version of the first Harry Potter movies. Interesting. When I have caught up to the final episode, I will send you a few pictures from our version of the film. That's amazing. Lots of Harry Potter love from Norway. Thank you, Inez. Love having a Norwegian owl poster. This one's from Seth. Hi, Mike. Appreciate the shout out on Owl Post. The live show sounded like a blast. I was reading Order of the Phoenix the other day, and I came across a quote that maybe could inspire a segment or at least a bit of a chat. Dudley was making fun of Harry, and it led to the infamous line from Harry, "What do you mean I'm not brave in bed?" Got me thinking that Harry Potter out of context could be a good fit for the pod. There's a lot of good material for it. Also, for the record, I'm a chit-chat supporter and a Dimmy defender. Yeah, Dimmy, I feel like people are really coming around on Dimmy recently, to be honest. Now, one other thing, this is all kind of related, because obviously we now know that the long-teased big twist at the end of the day was that clownish Kim Jiri and Jim Wilkins Choir were the same person, which was a great twist. I think a lot of people were really shocked by it, us included, and I guess the big twist had been teased for a while, so I guess the big question about the big twist is, did anyone pick it? Now, I am pleased to say, and this is an hour that's come in from official correspondent of the show, Amy. Hello again, Amy. We love to hear from you. Amy sent this email. Amy sent me a message the day before the Big Twist episode went live. Because I put up a story on the Instagram saying, essentially, basically, does anyone think that they know the big twist, or does anyone want to have a guess at what the big twist could be? Amy sent me a screenshot the night before, 12th of February at 7:17 p.m. And it was simply an Apple Notes doc that contained Jim Wilkins-Squire, Clownish Kimjiri. And she said, Jim Wilkins-Squire spells out Clownish Kimjiri. Is that the twist? The choir is like the Tom Riddle memory preserving the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets with the trolley and the bell. It's got to be that. Now, because we had already recorded the episode, I knew that she had gotten it, and I was kind of disappointed that someone figured it out. And I just replied with a shrug emoji, and she said, I've never been so confident going into an episode. And then a few hours later, she said, I've done it, great twist. And then I said, I'm so annoyed you guessed it. How did you get it? She said, I knew it would be something about Jim from the chapter name. Then I thought it might be that he was Lockie and Gemini's dad, or Dimmy's dad, because there's a lot of mystery around that. But then I was thinking about the riddle reveal in the original Chamber of Secrets and drew comparisons from that. So she did get it, and then she sent in an owl a few weeks ago. Hello, Hamora Mike. Congrats on the live show being such a success. It was great fun and so nice to meet you and Sam. I loved the big twist. I loved even more that I guessed it before the episode came out. Feels good after 2 years of sending in predictions to finally get one right. I actually finally saw The Cursed Child play a few weeks ago. Although I said I never would, I must concede it was pretty good. If I could have my time again, I would see the performance without reading the book. All the stage tricks were awesome. It was just let down by the terrible storyline. Common consensus. Thank you, Amy. I'm also loving Hogwarts Legacy at the moment. Bit of a learning curve because I've never played any computer games like it before, but it's so awesome to explore Hogwarts. Cheers, Amy, official correspondent of Harry Potter and the Boys, aka the listener who guessed the big twist. I will be doing some kind of content on YouTube and on this feed around Hogwarts Legacy sometime soon. But short answer is I am obsessed with this game. It is amazing. All right. Now, while, Amy, you did guess the big twist, I will say that somebody else who has never written in before sent me this message. Her name is April. Welcome, April. This was on Tuesday just past at 3:02 a.m. She could be not in Melbourne though, not in Australia. Hey Radio Mike and Sammy Garlep. I've been binging the Harry Potter and the Boys podcast for the last couple of months with my commute to work. First off, I'd like to give you guys a massive thank you for giving me something to look forward to when driving home from my night shifts. Now I wanted to message you since I've just hit book 2, chapter 21, Clownish Kimjiri. That's the name of the chapter. And I genuinely don't think I've ever had a more eureka moment. Clownish Kimjiri must be an anagram for the Jim Wilkins Choir. I had to pull over the side of the road and immediately make sure with writing both names together to check the letters. She's then sent a picture of her handwriting Clownish Kimjiri, Jim Wilkins Choir, and that's the proof, I guess. I must admit, I'm a good 20 episodes behind from where you are currently posting episodes, so this may have all been revealed, it has, but never have I been more excited to have worked out something prior to it being revealed. I'm excited to see how it will all unfold and all the inevitable dick, debating, and fart jokes that we'll get along the way. Keep it up, guys. The podcast, not the dicks. April. So April is very far behind, but she has guessed the twist, and maybe eventually she'll get up to this episode and be like, hey, give me a prize, which maybe I should give prizes to people that did guess the twist, but well done to everyone who guessed it. That's quite a feat, in my opinion. I did not think anyone would get it. Gannon Bort, or Mitch, who is a long-time listener of all of my stuff, did also have a guess about the twist. He said, I haven't listened yet, but after the chapter title, my guess for the twist is Jim Wilkins is actually Mr. Charger's twin. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. And again, he was wrong. Sorry, mate. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in an owl or a howler or any kind of message for the show. I would love a fresh batch for the next owl post. But seriously, yeah, voice messages I love. I love hearing your voices. I love playing voice messages on the show. So if you want to hear your voice on the show, just send me through a VM. Instagram's a really easy way to do that. Again, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys is a great way to support me and to support this show and to support Sammy. I will also plug Sammy's comedy festival show. Oh, that's right. Sam has set up a code for listeners of my stuff to get discounted tickets to his show. So if you're in Melbourne, now you have no excuse. You can use code Mike in caps, MIKE, to get $20 tickets to Sam's show. So that is exclusive for people who listen to my stuff. I'll only be promoting it there. So yeah, definitely grab tickets to Sam's show. And from there, my other podcast, 20th Century Boy, would love for you to check that out and check out that show and the YouTube channel and the TikTok for Harry Potter and the Boys HPATB pod and the Instagram HPATB pod. That's about it. Goodbye, Hamoras. Have a great day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, dusk, dawn, or whatever time it is for you right now. Goodbye, Hamoras. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.